Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the DJ Sessions presents the Virtual Sessions. I'm your host Darren, and right now I'm sitting in the virtual studios in Seattle, Washington, and coming in all the way, I'm going to try this one out, Mönchengladbach, Germany. Did I murder it,
Pretty
Bossi?
good, Darren. Pretty good.
Thank you very much for being on the show today. It's been a long time since we've been able to sit down and talk with you, and you've been up to a lot of stuff, almost 20 years in the making. You were one of the
Yeah,
first
I
guests.
could I could not believe it when you told me before. Like 20,
Yeah.
21 years, is it?
You know, I think you can still find that episode on our website. If you go back and look at our broadcast show called ITV, type in ITV Nightlife, and it was Cosmic Gate at Medusa Nightclub in Seattle, our first pilot episode doing a nightlife episode, which kind of eventually became the DJ Sessions over the years.
That's crazy. Dig deep, guys. Dig deep.
Well, now we have 2,700 episodes, and we're gearing up to do more. And you're kind of one of our first new guests of 2026, and got a lot of stuff going on there. But we want to talk about you. Enough about the history of me. People can always go to our website and find out everything about what I want to talk about. But you've been busy out there, and you just dropped part 3 of the Perspectives EP. I mean, part 1 EP, part 2 EP, part 3 on January 30th. I mean, what an endeavor to just, keep producing and tracks. And I was looking at all your stuff. Tell us about the Perspectives EP and how that all came about.
Yeah, how did it all come about? But looking at you and doing this, like we had this moment, like some years ago so first of all, we like albums, but it's not easy to write 12 roughly new tracks, release them, and as happened to us, it was a while ago, but like someone 2 weeks later then asking, so guys, I love this, when do we hear new stuff? We were like, okay. We worked on this for a year, 1.5, including all the touring and stuff. It's a lot of work, and yeah, and we decided actually to go in chapters, and we worked 2 chapters, and still touring a lot, and now we thought, hey, we do these. Let's call it extended EPs, right? So now we're on 3. I don't think we go to 4, but yeah. So we like to stretch the release, give the music more time to sit in with our fans, to develop, because it's the times we're living in are so fast paced, right? So you can just throw a track every week, but just it's. I don't want to say gone and forgotten. Good music will always find its audience, but yeah. So we like to stretch things out. We also do have time for touring. Different continents, different parts, and also after doing it now for the first time, to hear the development in the music production itself, we find it interesting. It's always 2, 3, 4 months in one EP, and how the music slightly developed from the one to the other. Yeah, it's awesome. Nice experiment for ourselves.
Well, a friend of mine, a long-term friend of mine, used to be one of my resident DJs on the show. I posted that I was interviewing you today I put it out to TikTok. I think he saw it, and he hits me back and goes, I pre-ordered Perspectives 3. I can't wait to get it. This is awesome. I can't believe you're having it on the show. So, it's definitely relevant.
Good guy. So he was the one order today. That's awesome.
Well, it's Sergey Andre Cool. He's a good personal friend of mine. Been with me for years on my brand and my show, and is a phenomenal DJ. Got to get those decks out and dust them off, Sergey. But that being said, you mentioned something about telling, the long form of a song, or telling a story, or making an album of 12 songs in a day time where now it's short content. I mean, you and I go back in the days where songs used to be 6 minutes, 7 minutes long, 8 minutes long, or longer, or you might have an album and it could tell the whole story. I recently had an article that I read about the reporting I'm in the media side and doing interviews, and how everything's a short form content interview nowadays, and you get these 2-minute sound bites, and here I am doing 1 hour long in-person interviews. I submitted some articles to. We were just in Magnetic Mag and music something for life. Oh, please don't murder me, guys, on that one. But music in life. But we had a couple articles, and I was submitting 5,000, 8,000 word articles, and they come back and they're like, "This is too long." I go, "But I'm trying to tell a story of 16 years almost."
Yeah, that's what we're hearing. Even the short mixes, the original mixes, used to be called radio edit, right? Hey,
radio edits.
This is too long, but yeah, hey, a good story needs a certain time to be told, and our tracks, we can't press them into 2 minutes 50. It just doesn't work. And one example I always like to give, there's the famous movie with Queen, and already 40, 50 years ago, they've been told, oh, this single is too long, right? Was it Bohemian Rhapsody, maybe? Mm-hmm. Was it 5 minutes, and then everything was 2.5? And they were like, yeah, but it's good. And, well, they won. And I don't know if we win, but, you know, if a track just works in 4 minutes and not on 250, maybe you get it in 330, but if the story, you know, doesn't have a meaning anymore, to follow all these, you know, whatever ideas about how music has to be framed, doesn't really make sense.
Exactly, you know, and again, I remember back in the day when I started doing the show, and I would have DJs play 1 hour sets because you're supposed to get a taste of what they did. And if we did a show for 4 hours, I could have 4 DJs come by. I did away with that a few years ago, and I give DJs now 2 hours to play so they can tell that story. Watch the story. I used to break them up into part A, part B. Now I just let the whole 2 hour.
Yeah, after an hour, a real DJ is just warmed up, right?
Mm-hmm,
it's not easy. That's why also a festival, it's always like, okay, like there is a new album, there is certain of our current favorites, there is like some of our classics, and like sometimes it's like, oh my god, we have to cut music which we actually like to play, and we also in an hour we at least like to have a bit of a wave, just in the reds and boom boom. Even in an hour we think you can build up a little down again. It's gotta make it work.
And you're in the middle of your tour right now. That's still continuing right now, correct?
Yeah, we still have some dates to come. We're in Europe for another few weeks. I'm here actually in my birthtown, in my hometown.
Nice.
Instead, and so yeah, we have several shows in Germany, Poland, Holland, big state trance coming, stuff like this. So yes, right in it still.
Well, it's definitely on our radar to be over there in Berlin. We have a wonderful partnership, as I was mentioning pre-show, with Riverside Studios, and that's going to kind of be our home base when we come to Berlin, and then go up to ADE and IMS in Italy with our partner with Origami. We work with MN2S out of the UK now as well. So we'll probably be doing a lot more European travel this year and getting on the ground. I missed Leah at ADE last year.
Love it.
But you know, the year before that, I was at Rave the Planet, and I definitely want to get back to Rave the Planet again. That was a mind-blowing, awesome experience. I think they're anticipating 1 million people being there, and wow, it was just amazing. But yeah, being on tour, you know, speaking of songs, speaking of tracks, where's the weirdest moment that you've ever heard one of your own tunes play?
That's a superb question, I gotta say.
Thank you.
That's a superb question because normally we hear them play just, you know, when you get somewhere on a rave, or, you know, or a club or so. It's like, hey, awesome, it's one of our tunes. Yeah, like once maybe in England it was played on daytime radio. They were like, hey guys, like it's like not really like one of those we play so often, but hey, that's new custom. We're like, oh wow, big radio station. Forgot actually who it was, but yeah, moments like this are always just fantastic, right? When something made for a club suddenly is getting played on radio, and then people are like, hey, I'm dancing here in the studio. Everyone's like jumping. It's cool.
I can relate to that last night. As I think I was telling you pre-show that we just had our home team, the Seattle Seahawks, won the Super Bowl, and
Yeah, congrats.
we had
Awesome.
our mobile studio parked out. They were playing in San Francisco, but we're in Seattle, and we had parked it out in front of my friend's restaurant, which is right across from our football stadium. And we had thousands of people coming out last night, and I actually put the news crews from our local news stations on top of our mobile truck, and they used it as a platform to film the thousands of people and everything going on. And I went down and I put the TV stations on the side of my truck, and you could actually see like almost like 30-second delay our truck
Sorry
with
for
the
that.
thousands of people around it and everything. And so I kind of know, like, is that like people would look at the screens on the TV and go, that's happening right now? They're on the rooftop of your truck. I'm like, those moments, and then my phone's blowing up because everyone's saying they're seeing me on the evening news.
Yeah,
It's
that's
kind of like one of
awesome.
those weird, surreal moments of,
Yeah,
you didn't expect to
sports
hear.
and arts and right, everything comes together.
Mhm.
But that's the beauty of the game.
Now, you've been doing this for a while now, and I know sometimes people, when they get on stage, do you have a different persona when you get on stage? Is it Stefan off stage, Bossi on stage, or is it Stefan Bossi all the time?
I think definitely I can more speak for Nick. He is definitely he's more outgoing on stage than he would be in the green room. About myself, I got to be very honest. I never really thought about it. Uh, Maybe I'm even more going in the green room than I am on stage. There, I'm just maybe dancing. Uh, in 26 years or no, 21 years, when we have the next interview, I promise I'll come up with a maybe sense-making answer. I don't know. You got me there.
It's funny because I just thought of something here. It wasn't in my list of questions, but I thought of something when we did do that interview back in the day at Medusa. The DJ booth was up off the dance floor, like what I grew up with. The DJ booth was up in the corner. It was up
Yeah,
off the side. It was not.
we were somewhere in the corner or something.
Yeah, you were hidden almost
Yeah.
in the DJ booth, and I remember that, and the shift of watching the DJs come from the booth down to the main stage, and now you see the big festivals, and it's the fireworks and everything that wasn't going on.
Yeah,
We
or
were
it's a
very underground.
360 and people are all around you and the DJs in the center. Yeah, it came a long way. Like my first my first time DJing, I was somewhere in the side room and I couldn't even see the other room, which was the dance floor. So I was like, guys, this doesn't work. I don't want to be standing right in the middle, but I have to see if what I play is getting a reaction, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
You're speaking of getting that reaction. That was one of the interesting things that back when we started the show in 2009, a lot of DJs would come by the studio, which was my bedroom at the time, funny enough. And the DJs, they weren't used to being on camera. They were used to being up in the DJ booth, being off camera. So when I put them on lights, camera, action, and they're sitting there and they're just on the show, like,
Yeah.
and I'm over here dancing and bouncing around trying to keep the action because we're live streaming this to people, and they've never done live streaming. But to see it go from 2009 to 2020, when everybody in the world jumped online and all the different creative ways, and finally people got live streaming DJs as a medium. You've been doing your radio show. How long have you been doing the radio show for? That is Wake Your Mind Radio.
I'm recording 619. When we finish here, I gotta still scout for some new music. I'm not happy yet with what we have, but we have a Perspectives special part 2 today. So yeah, can always bring another one or two from EP 1 and 2. So yeah, 619.
It's in the day and age of where technology is now. Being a DJ, I mean, there's a kid that I saw last year. He headlined at ADE. He started playing when he was 2 years old, and now I think he's like 9 years old. He's producing tracks. I mean, it's like, whoa, this technology shift has happened to allow a lot of people. The barrier to entry now to get into it is there. but also the barrier to entry to producing music is there. If there was something that you could think that deserves to be on the market, or if you could create it out of your head and said, I wish this piece of technology existed, what do you think that would be? And like, how would that integrate into the overall music landscape?
That's another good one. Well, it's just, well, you were saying the DJ scene, like, maybe in the 70s, 80s, when did really, discotheque. So 74, Studio 54. It's like when, how long are the DJs? So it's like roughly 50 years, right? And then for radio DJs, they bring on the song and speak, and then we don't necessarily use the microphone. I think these days there is the DJs that speak more, their music. The others, maybe more DJ entertainers. They're really away from the dark corner into the spotlight. Then there is the DJ producer. If I could come up with something, or I could make a suggestion that, we in 5 years will be just thinking of what we like, and eventually some AI is picking it up. So whatever I say now, it might be already there or meaningless in a few years. It's going to definitely be interesting with AI. I hope there is just enough filters in a way to find out what's still meaningful and real. So yeah, I think what you were saying, starting with that one question, I'm starting to spin off my thoughts in different directions without giving a clear answer. But yeah, there is not just one path ahead of us for producers and DJs. I think it's going to be interesting, even more interesting, and all the knowledge, all we've seen maybe in those 30+ years, they mean a lot. Maybe it doesn't mean a lot, because every new day we got to learn something new on top, right? And it's gonna be that way. It's gonna be that way all the time. First day you stop learning is the first day you stand still and actually step back.
That's been something that constantly having to evolve over time. I mean, if I look back at when we first were doing our shows, and I had 2 megabits of upload, maybe about 1 megabit of upload, and a computer, and we looked at that and thought, these shows are awesome. And I remember asking people, do we look great? Do we sound great? We were probably streaming at 96K through the audio, so it wasn't even 128K audio. We're probably going out at maybe half a megabyte with video quality, and people are like, this looks awesome, this sounds awesome. Yeah, but over time, keeping in touch with technology and moving forward. And I mean, I'm ordering 2 Macs right now just so I can upgrade for 2026. A Mac Mini and a MacBook Pro. So,
it's the same here. You sit there with this dope microphone and your awesome studio, and I sit here, and my friends, by the way, thank you guys, and my friends pretty much, they call it the media lounge. So there was a big screen at me, and look at the lovely dog of theirs. So so we had a 2 seconds of sampling, maybe, like when we started producing in the early 90s, right? And now it's like, whatever you like. Right, and in a few years, what we're doing now, like, we look like crap when it's 2030, most likely. So, yeah, that's just how things go. And I said before, standing still is the first step back. I think the music industry in general is the fastest pace there is. The art of music, like these days, like 10,000 of releases every day. AI is coming, and there's more and more. It's not coming, it's there. And so Like
Do you
it's hard to get your music heard because of algorithms and stuff like this. But yeah, maybe it's just a reason to work better and find something to be different, sound different, make you interesting for people. Besides just be stupid on Instagram.
do you ever get fed up with making and playing music? And how do you deal with that if you're on tour? Do you have a mantra, a go-to, a
No,
Wusa, Zen?
the playing we would certainly never get fed up with. But yeah, I think I was hinting out at certain attributes about just you know social media presence and and entertaining people is more important than the music a DJ writes or plays, and that's just something we if you say be fed up, that's something which we wouldn't necessarily sign for. We think DJ is as good as the music he or she is doing. Well, yeah, it's a wide field of things an artist these days has to be good at.
hmm If there's something you could say to new and up and coming producers to watch out for when it comes to making their career successful, what would that word of wisdom or best piece of advice you could give them in today's world? Thinking about the technological changes, the fast churning things out, churning and burning, and what would be something you'd like to say to up and
Well,
coming?
we always like to say, find something that in your music that you're unique and do not copy others. Just
Mhm.
try to be the one that others are chasing. So be the trend. Don't chase the trend. But that's really hard. But I feel saying that once again coming to Instagram and stuff, every DJ is just maybe known for something as football players, soccer players, whatever you want to call it. They're just known for their, after they're more known for how they celebrate their goal than do you even know if he's left or right footed? A lot of fans, I got to think, but isn't that guy that's doing that thing after he's scoring, right? It's like, but that's just that's just the world we're living in.
Definitely. Now, here's a few last questions here. If somebody were to write a biography about you, what do you think the title should be?
Wow. You hammer these good questions I do not really have an answer for. Um,
Then you'll love my next one.
yeah, I don't know. Like in football, there's a trainer, they call him the special one. Then the German trainer said the normal one. And for Klaus and me, mostly, you guys, you're just nice guys, and just like we're saying, maybe the normal ones, like right, we're not the typical guys searching for every camera and stuff like this. So we're actually like back in the corner. We didn't mind it. We weren't the ones that would have placed us on the main stage, but we stepped up step by step and got used to it. But not really sure. We have so many stories that everyone's like, you guys gotta write the book.
Well, you make them into a part 1, a part 2, a part 3.
yeah. Maybe we work so slow that it's better in part 1, 2, and 3. Now we always say we have so many stories, but there are more these little insider things just between Nick and myself, and we just look at the other guy's eye. We know exactly what he's thinking, and it's not even funny for other people, but the two of us, it's like hilarious, right? And that brotherhood is totally brotherhood.
Brotherhood. All right.
Yeah, something that's going together for 27 years. That's special.
And here's a second to last couple last questions. If Hollywood were to make a movie about your life, who would you pick as the main actor?
Well, people come to me either recognizing me or they think I'm now comes the big love. I'm John Cena, and I'm like, okay, I take it. He's 10 years younger, something. Now, well, is he considered an actor now? I don't. He is, right, John?
Mhm.
Sorry. So I know him as a fighter. I had to Google him though, because um, no, I don't really know. I'm not that big with movie star names, and I have to pick a star, right?
Yeah. Who would you pick? Actually, no. It doesn't have to be a star.
Who would
It
you
could
suggest? I don't
be
know.
somebody in a totally independent movie that nobody knows about, but said, I would like that person to play me. Yeah, that'd be hard for me to answer as well. But hey,
I
we're gonna
know,
wrap
I
it up
know,
here. Oh, go
I
ahead.
know. For you, I don't know. He's an Israeli guy. He played in that series I liked so much. Oh, mean names. I'm gonna write it to you later.
Okay, write it to me later. But is there
He
anything
could
else you want?
fucking play you.
Yeah, I would love to see who. I would love to see that. I would love to see. Oh,
I guess the
okay, yeah,
series
I
is
want
called
that guy.
Soda or something. Like, interesting series.
Nice. I
We
want
talk
to check
about it
that
later.
out. Is there anything else you want to let our DJ Sessions fans know about before we let you get going today?
Well, we're just a few days ahead of, 3 chapters merging into one. So the official album release is on Friday, February 13th. We picked that one on purpose. We love it. So yeah, Perspective is coming. If you like it, just hit us up. I guess we're Instagram at Real Cosmic Gate. Always love to hear you guys call on what we did, what we've been working on over the last more than a year. I think.
Awesome. Check them out at Real Cosmic Gate. RealCosmicGate. We got
Man, can we
Bossi in the
sample
house
that?
today. What's that?
So can we sample that?
Please do. Please, I'll give you
Had
the
a good
rights to it
flow.
all day long. That would be fun. I'd be like, I'm in a Cosmic Gate song. Yeah. Maybe we can auto tune it, do something with my voice, but it's still
Oh,
know it's me. I don't know.
Firewire, listen, like fire. You can do something even with my voice, so it's doable. And that was 25 years ago.
That's awesome. Thank you again for being on the show today. We're going to do our outro now and say goodbye, but we will stay in contact with you. Want to give a shout out to the Urban Rebel PR team, Leah Vass over there, for setting this up, and we're going to be in touch with you. I know we're going to talk with you further down the line. Congratulations on the album, the tour, and your success over the years as being one of the pioneers in the trance world.
Thank you so much for having us, Darren. It was a pleasure.
Absolutely.
Really.
Talk to you later.
Talk to you later. Cheers, guys.
On that note, don't forget to go to our website, thedjsessions.com. Check us out there. We have over 2,700 episodes, over 700 news stories published every month. We have our new music section, VR nightclub, mobile app, and more at thedjsessions.com. Oh, we have an internet radio station and new music section. I believe I mention that. But anyways, if I didn't, it's all there at thedjsessions.com. I'm Darren, and that's Bossi from Cosmic Gate, coming in from Mönchengladbach.
You killed it.
Mönchengladbach, Germany, for the DJ Sessions. And remember, on the DJ Sessions, the music never stops.
It never does. Cheers, guys.